Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Adam here with Retro Repairs, and time for another video. So today I've got something a little bit different than what I'll typically do on my channel. Obviously, not really a video game, but still a little bit of electronics repair. So backstory here, this is a wah pedal for an electric guitar. I was doing a little cleaning out in my basement, found this, decided to give it a try, and I found that the sound was a little kind of staticky when I was using it. So what we're going to do, we're going to open this up, try and figure out what the issue might be, see if we can't get that sounding better. So first thing, I'm going to test it, kind of show you what it sounds like, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got the pedal set up here. Just kind of give you an idea of how it sounds. Going to put on a clean tone here, and there's some very clear static noise at the top there. If I go slow, it's not too bad, but you very clearly hear that it's just kind of not really that nice sounding. And so I've turned on a little distortion now, and again you can kind of hear, it just doesn't sound that great. So we're gonna open that up. I got an idea as to what the problem might be here, but yeah, let's take a look, see what there is to see. Okay, so this particular model here, it is a Dunlop Crybaby Classic. I'm gonna guess it's probably about 10 or 15 years old. I don't really use it a ton. I'm not like I don't play in a band or anything like that. I just kind of play for fun. So I got this quite a long time ago. To open this up anyways, there's 4 feet. A lot of these are the same. They just got the 4 feet that screw in. The screws kind of also double as case screws. So I'm gonna open these up. Just takes a standard Phillips screwdriver. This is a number 2. And, oh yeah, still got the battery in here. Years ago I broke the battery tab, so I just kind of got the battery sitting in like that. Okay, so let's open it up, see what we got in here. Firstly, looks kind of gross. Is that popcorn? That's popcorn. Jeez. All right, well, that's the first time I've ever seen that. And the sad thing is this is my own. This is not something that I bought off somewhere. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna take this upstairs, wipe it down, but I'll do that off camera here. I'm gonna dump the popcorn in the garbage. Okay, so what we see here, obviously, these gears, they were all lubricated up, and I mean, they still move pretty well, but they get kind of gunked up over time as dust and popcorn gets into this. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to clean that up. Those should be able to use white lithium grease for that. It should be fine. It's just plastic on plastic, but I'll double check what would be a suitable type of grease for that. That's not my concern here. My concern is actually this particular, what's it called? Potentiometer. So we're gonna open that up, clean it up a little bit. There's a dead bug of some type in here. Ten plus odd years in a basement, that'll do it, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna open that up, clean it out, just make this look a lot better. Clean out the inside so it's getting a nice solid connection, and hopefully that will solve the issue. So how do we get that out? There's a little nut right in there which is holding it in place, so I'm gonna get a wrench and let's open that up. Okay, so this is a 1/2-inch wrench. Just gonna loosen that nut. Doesn't need to be super loose, just loose enough that I'll be able to get this up, and then this guy should lift up. It may help to actually, I wonder if this can be unplugged. Yes, it can. May help to unplug this connector right there. There we go, that way this pot can be lifted straight up, take it right out. So I can set the rest of this off to the side, and let's take a peek here. So, just gonna wipe some of the gross dust infested grease off just the outside of this. This whole thing, I think I'm going to have to re-grease it, but I don't have the specific grease I'll need for this, so I'll have to do that a little bit later. But let's try and solve the sound issue here first. So there's a couple ways that you can go about trying to clean these. Sometimes there will be an opening that you can actually spray contact cleaner in and just kind of move it around, get it nice and clean. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this particular one. So what you're going to need to do is try and get a flathead screwdriver, get under one of these tabs. These tabs just kind of hold everything together. I'm just going to pry them open a little bit, just like so, so that we're able to get inside. These are a little tight, so this may be a bit tricky. Okay, so we should be able to lift this guy out just like that. So here we've got the potentiometer. If we kind of look in here, you'll see that there's a couple pieces of metal which come down. They contact this part under here. I'm not sure if you can see it very well. And they can get dirty, they could get greasy, they could get whatever. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of contact cleaner, Deoxit D5. Going to spray it in here. And just work it around. Okay, so that should be good. So we're going to put this back like so. I'm going to line up the tabs with where I took them out, so we can typically figure out which way it goes. Okay, just like so. You'll see at the bottom of in here, there's that little tab, and right here, there's an indent. That tab needs to line up with that indent. And then the rest of these can line up with the kind of lock tabs there. This might be a little bit tricky. I'm going to need to flatten that a bit more. There we go. So just like so. And then we're going to fold those tabs back down. Needs to sit just like that. And lock those tabs back down into place, and we can give it another test. It may be helpful to get some pliers here if your screwdriver isn't enough to fold it down, but it seems to be working pretty well. There we go. So you can feel in there, it's only going to go so far. seems to be moving nice and smoothly. So let's throw this back in and see if that made any type of difference. All right, so now I'm going to put this back into the case. Do want to make a note that how it was situated in there between the silver washer and the black washer is where that mount kind of sat. So let's see if I can get that in here. Sometimes you can try and get it in around this post, and sometimes you may have to kind of move the post out of the way, but we'll see how it goes. The contacts were pointing up, so let's try and get that all situated just right. Let's try it like that. It is important also to note that the, remember I mentioned how this only turns so far. So you need to have it oriented in a way that it's not going to be locked when you try and move the pedals. So in this position, the top should be about where it's locked there, less about a half a turn. Not a half a turn, sorry, a slight turn, just like so. And now we're going to try that position, see if that works. The bottom, sorry, would be the opposite. It would be easier to work from the bottom up. So just like so. And let's get her in place here. Okay. So it seems like that's all right. Nope, we're locked to the bottom. So see how as soon as I do that, the whole thing moves? So I don't have it lined up quite right. So I have to take the whole thing off. Lock it at the bottom, maybe take it back. Let's do more than half a turn and try that again. Still too much. Alternately, what we can do is take off this screw here, or at least loosen it, and this will actually bend down so you can get as low as you can, just like so, and then lock it back into place. So now we go all the way down. It's nice and smooth all the way up. Oops, that is not locked into place. There's that better. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's tighten this nut. And then don't forget to attach that connector. Okay, so let's put the back on just kind of lightly so that we've got a base there. Just going to hand twist in. I guess I should put them all on. And let's go give it a test. Okay, so we've got it all hooked up to the amp. So, turned it off, nothing. Click it on. Much better sound already. There's not that static at the top. You can kind of hear the change in sound throughout the whole pedal. And so even with some distortion, the sound still comes through. So I would say overall, I would consider that repair a success. Okay, so we got this wah pedal working again. Still not perfect in that I think it needs to get a serious clean. Like even kind of looking under here, it's just super dusty. Like I said, it's been sitting in a basement for 10 plus years, so that's going to happen. I'm not going to do that this video because I also need to get some grease to re-grease that with, and I just don't have any, so I'm not going to be able to do that today, but I think we can keep the video kind of pointed to just fixing that static tone at the end of the on this wah pedal. So I'm going to leave it at that today. Maybe I'll do a second video if you guys are interested in this sort of thing, of how I re-grease it and clean it all up. But that's going to be it for today. So I want to thank you for watching. Really appreciate all the viewers, all the thanks, all the likes. Be sure to like it, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I know it's not what I typically repair, but I'm interested to know if this is something that everyone likes to watch, or if you want me to stick to just video game repair videos, I can certainly do that, but I'd fix this one way or another, so figured may as well share the content. But once again, really appreciate you watching. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Really helps grow the channel, make this be as successful as I can, be able to continue producing new content for you. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next video.